two, one, zero.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Yay! Hello, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Super excited as always. We are here to raise vibrations, conversations to raise vibrations. And you know what? We do aim to inspire, to ignite some fire, to empower you. So I hope we're doing our job. And my name is Lisa Kelly. And as always, this is the beautiful Elvira Hopper. And doesn't she look so gorgeous today in her black and white and your earrings? I
Thank
love
you.
it.
You're so sweet. You look amazing in pink. You match our banner, Lisa, so
I know.
beautifully.
If you are just joining us live, please, hopefully you gave StreamYard permission to share your comments. I'm going to pull the comments up. Janet's here. Hello, hello.
Hi, Janet.
And if you are watching later, just hit hashtag replay. And please, as always, join in the conversation. Let us know what you're getting out of the conversation. And of course, if you have any questions along the way, let us know. If you're watching later on YouTube, we are super excited to be there. We are growing in numbers.
Yes.
It is very exciting. And of course, if it feels aligned, please like, share, and subscribe for us. We would greatly appreciate it because we really are here to raise vibrations on this planet, raise consciousness on this planet. So the more that see it, hopefully the more they feel inspired, aligned, and authentically themselves as well.
I got chills. Woo. Okay.
All right. So as always, we come on live and we look for conversations that are going to help you and move you forward. And of course, they always come from an authentic place, right, Elvira? I mean, come from something that we feel that we've worked on, that we're working on, and we want to share with you. So this morning, while I was sitting in meditation, I just said to the universe, give me what you got. What do you want me to talk about? And I brought this to Elvira, and she's got a juicy story as well that we'll get into. We're going to talk about perception is projection. We want to talk about what we're projecting, right? What we're perceiving within our own selves is what we project out into the world. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and how we move through that, right? How we can move through some of maybe the projections we're putting out there aren't so great. And maybe that's our inner work, and we need to turn and look within to do that inner work, as we always talk about, to change our perceptions in order to project something different. So what we're going to discuss this morning. So, and this comes from, can I share this quickly?
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to name names because that's just that's not the purpose of it. But there was a post in our group, beautiful post, uplifting, super excited. This woman was clearly very excited about what was happening in her life. And then there was a comment that you brought to my attention. So thank you for that. Underneath it, just speaking specifically about, I guess I can share, kind of, can I?
Can you? To whatever degree you choose.
Yeah, I just don't want to call people out. But basically, it was, you should really look at this person you're with. They're a bit of the smile dictates that they could be a narcissist. And you brought that to me, and I didn't see
so icky when I read that. Yeah.
No, and so I went back and looked at it, and of course, the first thing I thought of is what you said to me, which is, what is she projecting? Because she's got obviously something going on within herself, right? And then projecting that onto this person that she doesn't even know. And that's where the inner work comes in, right? And we just talked about briefly just in the studio, is that our beliefs, our programs shape our projections and what we're putting out. So if this person maybe has had really not a great experience in a relationship and they were with a narcissist, and that's that's still sitting in them, that's still sitting in their physical body, at their cellular level, and walking around projecting this out onto others. That's the inner work, right? That's the work we need to look at. That was just one example. Where Janet says, I'm going to have to catch the YouTube session. Every second word is freezing for me.
Oh, no. I hope
Sorry,
this is okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope anybody else who's on here, just let us know. Hopefully
Yeah.
that's just Janet's internet and not everything
Oh,
else. It seems
hope
fine on
so.
our
Yeah. Mine
yeah,
seems to be okay with you, so I don't know. Yeah. Okay, Janet, thank you. We love you.
Janet. Okay, so yeah, that's just one example. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
had go ahead. You want to say something about this?
Yeah, no, so we talked backstage and I shared with you how a very lovely listener, a friend of mine, she's a beautiful soul. She's an artist and like me, most of well, we're all creative, right? It all depends on how much we want to own our creativity. In fact, I posted that on my social media today, where the more we're able to own our art as artists, the higher our vibration and
Mhm.
the more we can make a difference in the world. So I have this great little post that my graphic artist created with all this splashy paint in the background. So if you're on Facebook, check out at the Love Your Vibe Transformation, and you can see it on Instagram. It's at the Love Your Vibe Transformation. So anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to my content today, because this woman's an artist and she's a lovely soul, and she's kind enough to watch our shows, and we're super grateful for every viewer. I think we have like 81 subscribers now, if not more. So
Yeah.
exciting. So she sent me a private message and she said, Elvira, the show's great, but I find it very distracting when you drink from your water bottle. So I have this water bottle that I'm drinking from my first episodes. And she said, I find it distracting. I said, okay, great. So I switched over to a little wine glass. So I've got my water. This isn't wine, this is water. So I decided to switch over to that just to see if that was any better because she made that suggestion. And she also said that I found your overhead light very distracting. So this is my overhead light. Let me show it to you. Yeah. So she found that distracting so what I did is I changed the angle. So now you don't see it. Okay.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, what the heck? I'll take her suggestions into consideration.
Mhm.
So I hope this is better for viewers. I hope she gave some good feedback. And then, so I said to her, okay, watch this episode, see if this is any better. So she said, oh, that's great. You fix the stuff. And I said, great. And then I asked her, I said, how much do you, on a 0 to 10, how much do you resonate with our content? And she said 8.5. And I said, oh, cool. That's great. And she said, I wish you'd get to the point faster. And I'm like, oh dear, okay. Well, that's good notes, I guess. Here's the thing, guys. We don't have notes. We don't have any agenda. We literally show up right before the show starts
Mhm.
and we ask spirit, what do we need to talk about? And Lisa and I always agree. It's amazing how, our higher power, universe, source, spirit, God, whatever you believe in, gives us the same thing. And
Mhm.
we just riff off of each other,
Yeah.
and we just take something that came
Yeah.
up either in Lisa's group or in our lives, and we
Yeah.
riff off of it. So
Yeah.
we're not using notes. So this is why it's so flowy and easy. Like this is the most effortless conversation of my week, and we're on camera. Like there was a time when I could not do that.
Yeah.
I was a control freak. I was a perfectionist. I needed everything to be just so for
Yeah.
my comfort. Today, I trust the universe. I trust source, spirit, God, that I am guided in every moment, that everything that I'm meant to do, if it's connected to my higher purpose, is going to be ideal. And even if it's crap, it's still ideal because it's meant to get me to my next level. So
Yeah.
this is how I live, in total trust of the universe. And so when I said to her, hey, you know what? Actually, we just go with the flow. So thank you for suggesting that, but that's not how we work.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, I wouldn't have the guts to not have notes if I didn't go live. And I said, well, that's the difference between us. And then I just put out the question to her. I said, do you struggle at all? And I suggested, some of the things I just said. Do you struggle with perfectionism? Do you struggle with control? Are you a people pleaser? Everything needs to be perfect so that you can be loved and liked and appreciated. And she didn't respond at first. And I thought, oh, I think I might have triggered her, right? Because, she was projecting onto us. She
Yeah.
wanted us to be perfect like she would want to be, right?
Yes.
So she can't possibly understand that we just go with the flow because
Yeah.
it's not in her universe. It's not
Yeah.
in her comfort zone, because she needs to be more in control. So the question, that I ask our viewers is, do you need everything to be a certain way for you to feel comfortable and in
Yeah.
control?
Yeah.
Do you need that? Because if so, you're not unlike most of us that haven't gone deeper to do the inner work, to let go, to be more in trust of your higher power, your higher self,
Yes.
that everything is divinely perfect in every moment.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, it's going to get there, so we don't have to control. We can let go. We can surrender, right? So this is where I live today. I didn't live there for many years. I was a lab technologist. I was a, pharmaceutical rep. Everything had to be just so, right? But now
Mhm.
I go with the flow and life is so much easier. And my marriage is amazing. And I became a professional jazz singer at 51. Why? Because I realized I don't have to be perfect on the stage, but I do have to be real. I have to connect to my emotions and convey those emotions. I also can inspire other people to do their thing even later in life. So hopefully I'm an inspiration up on stage. And within the last few years, I've become a sacred sound healer. So I use my voice to help people heal, which is the biggest thrill for me because that's ultimately what I want to do. I want to help humanity with my gifts.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm just going to drop it there and see what you have to say,
Well,
Lisa.
I was just going to say a couple things. So, first of all, just comment to that is you had to let go of a lot of beliefs within yourself to
Yeah.
become that jazz singer. Because I know the
The
beliefs
inner
that,
work, the inner
yeah,
work. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know you had to. Otherwise, you could have very well been walking around still projecting those old beliefs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Walking around with that perception of, and I know the perception that you've talked about,
Yeah.
you don't want to be like them, your dad said, because they're
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could have still had that perception and then been projecting that along the way to others
Yeah.
along the way. But
Yeah.
you chose to look, you chose to do the inner work, you chose to, release those beliefs because that's
Yeah.
all. I mean, it's just energy. So you just
Yeah.
chose to release them, take on a new belief about yourself
Yeah.
and move forward. So that's
Yeah.
what happens when we do the inner work, when we
Yeah.
change those beliefs, those programs that are running in our head. I too have always had difficulty with perfectionism and
hmm
control.
hmm
Right? Being a
So
soldier,
common. So
it's
common.
very common. Everything
Yeah.
has to be just so,
Yeah.
and everything has to be in its place, and all the rest of it, and control. And there is a time 2 years ago, three, not even that long ago, where I would have had to have had a script for this as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Now it's like I'm so much more in tune with my, you know, with my guides and
hmm
I'm just way more in tune with that, that
Yeah.
I trust that this is divinely guided and whatever we're meant
Totally.
to say is what we're going to say.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to say is when you mention that to your friend, and she sounds like a beautiful person, by the way, and when you mention that to your friend about the control do you struggle with, um, and you thought you triggered her, but that's not a bad thing because
Yeah.
you know that you've been triggered, I've been triggered, and
Yeah. Yeah.
once you do the inner work, you can actually look at those triggers and say, "Oh, shit, I still have work to do in that
Yeah.
area."
Yeah. Exactly.
And I was reading the other day, and my love for Joe Dispenza, and a sentence, and I thought, and I've read it before and I've heard it before, but it just resonated. We can choose to do our work through joy, or we can
Yeah.
choose to do our work through pain,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that really is what it comes down to. If you feel triggered, if you feel that, it's like, ooh, something in me I still need to work on.
Yeah.
So to me,
Yeah.
that's empowering. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
that okay,
For
great. That's
sure.
and it doesn't mean you can always, there's been times where days have gone by and I'm sitting there going, and then all of a sudden it hits me, oh shit, yeah, okay, I still have work to do. Away and
It's like, why am I feeling like crap? Oh yeah, I got to
well,
work on that. Yeah.
exactly, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, those are gifts. But I was chatting with a woman yesterday, and if you haven't seen the interview, I encourage everybody to go look at this woman, Ariana Palumbo. She's a beautiful soul. Her story is incredible. Of course, we always say we learn from one another's stories, and her
Yeah.
story is pretty awesome. And she married late, and she's having children late, according to society. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah. They call
Okay,
them geriatric mothers at 41, right?
really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Oh, see, I find
Yeah.
that really sad, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I find
Yeah.
that sad. She's on her second. She's 41. she just looks amazing. She's going to give birth again in 6 weeks. She looks amazing.
God
She just
bless.
so healthy. Yeah, she's so healthy. She loves being pregnant. And she said that her family and friends and others, and of course in society, well, you shouldn't be, getting pregnant at this age, and you should really make sure you're getting yourself looked at and tested, and that's really not all these
Yeah, a lot of fears projected. Yeah.
fear. So
Yeah.
we're projecting our fear
Yeah.
onto someone else. And I said to her, "You've got to get rid of that because," and she doesn't take it on. She's very, I mean, she's done her inner
Pretty
work, right?
evolved. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Does But we talked about that and how their fear is trying to control her, and they're projecting. My
Yeah.
P's getting all
Yeah.
muffled, but they're projecting that onto her.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Please don't put
Yeah.
your old programs, your old beliefs, your, fear is what it
Yeah.
comes down to. Don't put that on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we
Amen.
really have to be careful what we pick up from others. And of course, being empaths, which
Yeah.
we all,
Yeah.
right? We really have to be careful. We have to guard
Ooh.
ourselves, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Especially if we're not picking up that stuff. So that's just another thought I had.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the key here, we always talk about the key and handing out, some tools, and is doing your inner work,
Yeah.
right?
Always. Always.
All
Always.
Otherwise, you're gonna keep that. I think people project and they don't even realize they're projecting
Yeah. When
because
you
they have,
haven't gone deeper, you don't know you're projecting, right? And
yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Someone just said
gosh.
their fear was projected onto her. It's aha moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Totally.
And I find like that's kind of happening everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And just everywhere we go, we have somebody's fear projecting onto us, and it's
Yeah.
up to us whether we take it or not. And
Exactly.
that story you talked about was brilliant because you chose not to take it.
Oh, yeah. The old me would have got so triggered by her comment. How dare she? Like, doesn't she realize I'm doing my best here and blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. And instead, I just smiled and I had compassion for her because I'm like, I remember needing to, be judgmental of others because I was judgmental of myself and I projected that out to the world. And I
Yes.
needed things to be perfect and aligned in a certain way. Sorry, aligned in not a good way, in a bad way. Like things
Yeah.
had to be just inside my
Yeah.
box for me to accept it and to be comfortable with it. And codependence was my life. I needed people to behave a certain way so that I could feel good. That was exhausting and not good for my mental health and not good for my marriage. And I didn't live fully self expressed as I do today. So, if anybody's feeling that way, I just invite you to go deeper into the inner work, right? Reach out to Lisa, myself. There's other amazing women in this group that help you do the inner work as well. But just realize that there's more for you. If you're feeling like this and you know that, okay, these women got through it, I can get through it too. That's what we're here for. We're just here to share with you our stories, our mindset shifts that allowed us to now live with grace and ease and joy. And it's
Yeah.
not to say every day isn't perfect, but we have some amazing tools that get us back into our zone. When
Yes.
in the past, I would have, gone days, weeks, months, maybe years in depression over some really negative things that happened to me, that did
Yeah.
happen to me. And that's what I did. But now that will never happen again
Yeah.
because I choose to love my vibe today, right? That this is the work that I was guided to bring to the world. And it's now become a movement. People are using it to help others. They're even creating an income from it because I can't facilitate all this work on the planet. So other people are doing it. And I'll mention a shout out to them, Eleanor and Jennifer. They are better space holders than I am for personal development. I
Mhm.
highly recommend working with them, even working, versus working with me one-on-one. But anyway, so I just wanted to say that because that's my system, but I know you have your beautiful systems that help people shift the old patterns, the core beliefs that need some shifting, because unless they shift, they're just going to continue the same thing, Groundhog Day, right?
Oh yeah.
Different day, same thing, whatever the term is. Same shit, different day or something like that. But anyway, I just, yeah, I cannot be more grateful for getting to be on this journey, getting to share my experiences with you, Lisa, hearing your experiences. We're sharing this with the world. This is what we're here for. Like, we're not here to work day jobs. You're not here to work in the school system. You're here to teach this. And
Yes.
this is what the world needs from Lisa Kelly. And that's why I wanted to do this show with you, because I know
Yes.
that this is your purpose. So
So great.
anyway,
It really is. It's so awesome. But like even more so is like seeing these comments come in and connecting with these amazing, beautiful women who are all here serving the planet in their own
yes.
way, and raising vibrations, and just by being on this planet. Tori Joe, I
Oh,
love Tori Joe. I
yes.
know, I love her.
She's
She
so
said,
amazing.
so exhausting. Inner work is hard, but not as hard as staying stuck. I want
Yes. Thank you,
to
Tori
talk
Joe.
about because
Yes.
it's so, so true. People say,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's so uncomfortable." It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And she said, "I have been sharing hashtag face it and fly when
Oh, I
it's
love it.
you ladies." It's so
Oh,
true though, because if you're not facing that, right, you're going to continue to project onto others,
yeah.
which really let's just face it, you're mirroring your own
It's
garbage
yucky.
onto somebody else's.
Yeah.
Um, but if you've done your inner work, you can clearly see that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard. It is hard. It's uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
like Tori Joe said, it's way harder being stuck in
Yeah.
your and being that crap magnet. It's way
Yeah.
harder to
Thank you. You use one of my terms. Yeah. Why be a
yes,
crap magnet when you can be a miracle magnet? Like,
right?
truly, right? This is what we do. We attract miracles. We're miracle magnets. You manifest all sorts of stuff because of who you are, Lisa, and who you choose to be. This is the inner work that when we start living in a higher vibration, our authentic self vibration, it like people find us, opportunities find us. We're happier, our marriages are better. There's so many beautiful things that happen. Our children are happier. We
Yes.
don't expect so much from them. I let go of something last week. I talked about it. I
Yeah.
don't expect my son to show up any way at all for me. I'm going to
Yeah.
love him exactly as he is, and I don't need him to say the thing that I need to hear for me to be happy. So
I
I
love
let
that.
go of that last week. That was amazing. So, even like 11 years into it, where I was divinely gifted with the system, I'm still doing the work. I'm still
Right.
shedding layers, right?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
onions.
Onions. Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talk about that all the time. It's an onion. Like just because you've come and you've worked on something and you've had this breakthrough, don't it's not just doesn't mean it's gone. There's going to
No.
be another layer there for you to work on. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay.
Yeah.
Tori Jo loves
Mhm.
that miracle magnet. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great term.
Oh,
It
I
is a
love it.
great
Yeah.
term.
It
I
it
know.
all came through me. And truly, I am a miracle magnet every day. And my team, they're amazing people that are using the system as well. And they're miracle magnets too, because they get it. They
Yeah.
get that if they vibrate down here in the low vibration of judgment and
Mhm.
projection and guilt and envy and jealousy and all those things well, I'm talking about myself. I used to be there because I didn't know any other way. They've
Me too.
shifted. Yeah, they've shifted to a place of loving and honoring themselves and judging less. When you start to learn to love yourself more and honor yourself, have compassion for yourself, you're less judgmental. And guess what? You're less likely to judge others, to
Yeah.
put projections out into the world. That woman, God bless her, she's an artist. And I got to be really honest, I see a lot of artists struggle in low vibrations of judging. I'm in the jazz community, and they're amazing people, but so many of them are judgmental of others, and they live in a low vibration. I notice the things that they attract in their lives that they're posting on social media, like, oh, this happened and my cat died and my mother's in the hospital, and all these things happen. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like,
Mm.
I just notice that they struggle. They live in a low vibration of maybe not feeling good enough, because this was me for many years. I was a singer, but always felt not good enough. When I
Mhm.
got Love Your Vibe, I realized I don't need to be perfect. I
Mhm.
just need to be authentic. I need to be real.
Like
And
that.
that's what people like on the stage, right? Like, if I can perform for people like Oprah Winfrey's man and have him tell me I'm fabulous when I'm
Mhm.
not perfect, it means that I've struck a chord with his heart and soul. And that's
Yeah.
all I'm here to do. And actually,
Yeah.
that's the name of my first jazz band, Heart and Soul, because I'm just here to live what's in the truth of my heart and soul. And I want others to live their truth as well. And any of us that has a gift inside us just needs to develop it a little bit to get the confidence to go and do it. And
Yeah.
then once you're on the stage or wherever you decide to do it, on YouTube videos or whatever, the more and more you do it, the more confident you get. And you're going to amaze yourself. And
Yeah.
especially if you do the inner work, you can become a miracle magnet too. So
And
that's
you
my
know what?
advice. Yeah.
I'm going to piggyback on that, because when you keep doing it, you build the confidence, as you're saying, it now forms a new habit in your brain,
Yes. Yes.
right? So now you're changing those neural pathways in your brain.
Yes.
This is the stuff I love. So when you're
Yes.
changing the neural pathways in your brain, you're creating the neurons to fire and wire a different way.
Oh,
So
I just got chills because I learned how to be a hypnotherapist this weekend, Lisa. So I can relate to you so much better now. And
it's
what you do is so important. And guys, seriously, check out hypnotherapy with Lisa. I still have to write my board exams, but honestly, it's just an extra tool I have in my coaching toolbox, and I'm so grateful for it. But yeah, like you said, I just learned about this weekend. The neural pathways are getting strengthened in a new way so that
Mhm.
you show up differently in life, right? What else did you want to say about that? Sorry for
Yeah.
jumping in.
No, that's okay. That's awesome. That's what I was going to say, is that when you do something different and create new habits in your life, you're changing the way your brain
Yeah.
actually functions, right? You're changing the way you show up in your life. You're changing what you project onto others
Yeah.
completely, right?
Yeah.
So that's, and I know we're doing on our page, we're actually reading the book Atomic Habits. If you haven't heard it,
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
created a new guide. So please, you'll find all the posts in the guide, but we're reading it alongside together. We're creating new habits for 2022, and we're going to show up huge, and we are going to be miracle magnets. We are miracle
Nice.
magnets, even
Yes.
bigger miracle magnets, just changing habits. And it doesn't
Yes.
have to be anything huge, right? We think of
Mhm.
change a habit. How am I going to even start? Read the book. That's all I'm going to say. It's small little things that make a difference. But yes, so that's what I was going to talk about. And this is a whole other conversation, so I won't go too deeply into it. But we actually are the observers of our life. And
Mm.
so if you're looking and you're projecting and you're looking at something that perhaps you're trying to manifest, this is a good one. When you visualize something, you're the observer. That's already happened in your life. Okay. The same holds true for when you're projecting consistently negative stuff, or you're in a judgment mode, or everything's, oh, woe is me all the time. If you're constantly in that, then that's what your life is showing back at you as well. Right. I
Yeah.
mean, you're
Yeah.
getting whatever way you look at it. So you
Yeah.
can either show up and look at things in a great light and be the observer for things that you truly want in your life, or you can sit in that space of judgment, blame, shame, guilt, whatever it is, and
Yeah.
project on others, all of that. You're just getting more and more back. And how
Yeah.
many people said, oh my gosh, why does this keep happening to me?
Mm. Because they're crap magnets and they don't
That's
even
all.
realize it.
But
They're
you're also
unaware.
still sitting in that. You're
Yeah.
actually your 90% of your brain is unconscious mind. So
Yeah.
it's sitting there on autopilot, running the
Yeah.
same programs over
Yeah.
and over and over again. That's why you're getting everything.
Yeah.
that that's why you're running the same programs over and over.
Amen. That's law of attraction, right? And the way I explain law of attraction is so simple. I've explained this to 8-year-olds and they understand it. I
Yeah.
say this: do you want to be a crap magnet or do you want to be a miracle magnet?
Yeah.
You get to choose, because what you choose to believe, what you choose to think, what you choose to engage with is your reality, right? So if you're vibrating down here,
Yeah.
crappy things are going to happen. And you're going to go, why is this happening? But when
Yeah.
you become aware and you make a better choice, you start attracting better things. And it's like, wow, I am that powerful that I
Yeah.
can attract better things to me. It's law of attraction. And
Yeah.
8-year-olds understand it, right? So I want to get this out into the world in a bigger way so that there's
Me
fewer
too.
crap magnets. I know you do. Yeah. Yeah.
Me too. And this is, you know what? And I love law of attraction. I love Abraham Hicks, and they to me they simplify what it
Yeah.
is. And if you want to go deeper, then there is actual science behind it
Yes.
and
Yes.
why it works. And I'm really getting into this and I love it so much. I think
Me
that's
too.
why I love the work that I do with
Yeah.
clients, because it, you know, I've got the intuitive healing energy side, but I've also got the, you know, hypnotherapy, the
Yes.
time therapy,
Which is science.
neuroprogramming, which is science. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like there's a need for both. There's a blend
Yeah.
of both, right?
Amen.
It's
Amen.
just one or the other. So I love it. Tori Joe says, what you are looking for, you will find. Amen.
Yeah. Amen. Thank you, Tori Joe. She always comes out with these brilliant little gems. Thank you,
And she's
Tori
a
Joe.
doctor, right?
She's
She
a
has her,
doctor. I know. I know. It's so
and so she
inspiring.
said, I love the science too. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too, Tori Joe.
Yeah,
I really
for
do.
sure.
I'm loving
And
science.
speaking of science, did you know that it's scientifically proven that sound helps us to heal at the cellular level? So I know that we're at 30 minutes.
I
And
know.
Lisa, would it be okay if I just close down with a little
Yes,
blessing?
please,
Tori
please.
Joe actually gave me a shout out because that last blessing supported her mother. And I
Yeah.
pray that this is for her as well. And it's for all of us, that
Yeah.
we truly realize who we truly are.
Yeah.
We are not crap magnets. We can
Yeah.
choose to be miracle magnets. And I'm just playing my Koshi bells right now to anchor this into your body, into all of our bodies, that we can be miracle magnets, that we can choose to let go of what no longer serves us, that we can heal at the deepest level, that we can transform old patterns, old beliefs, release, so that we can live as the beautiful miracle magnets, making the difference we were born to make in this lifetime in a way that only we can. And Lisa and I are so grateful that we get to join you once a week to share what we truly are here to do on the planet. And we want you to connect with why you are truly here on the planet too. So blessings of healing and love and joy to you all.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Yes, I love it. Beautiful. Oh, I think that's the perfect way to end a segment. I really do. I love it. So blessings, like Elvira said, to all of you who've watched us live. Again, if you're catching us on replay, please let us know what you loved about this. We do love you and we appreciate all of your support more than you know. And if you're on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe this to your heart's content. And until next week,
Mwah.
we love you. See you soon.